Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jen. Thanks for coming back. So as many of you know, I am a CRPA, a CARC, I'm a rape crisis counselor, and I'm also a trainer of Narcan. This is my channel, and if you look below in the description box, you will find links to my other videos as well as my merchandise and my Patreon. So today I figured I would discuss something with you guys that a lot of you have been asking, especially in lives and things like that. So you're curious to know how we talk to our children. And I think this is like a super important question, and I'm really grateful that you guys have been asking it. And it is something that we kind of, to believe it or not, like Jared and I are usually a very united front on a lot of things, but this is something that we stand very united on, but also have very different views on. I am very much so the mom, and he is very much so the dad. And when I say that, I mean as the mom, I'm more of the emotional protector, and he's more of the physical protector, if that makes sense. So for me, like I'm very worrisome of feelings and emotions and how will this resonate and how will you grow with it and things like that. And he's more like, it is what it is, and if you get in that spot, like I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna take care of it for you, but like he lays it on a little bit different. So that's kind of, I don't know, where we differ on it. But we're okay, so a lot of you know we have 5 babies all together, and we range from 8 years old up to 22 years old. So, it really differs on how we discuss things with them, obviously, because we're not going to say the same thing to the 8-year-old as we say to the 22-year-old. So depending on, understanding level and mental capacity and things of that nature, obviously things are going to be a whole lot different. So our 22-year-old, he should have been named Jared Jr. because he is the epitome of my husband. It's disgusting how similar they are. Like Jared and I have like personal jokes. It's just crazy. They're so similar. I get to see what my husband was like at 22, because of his son. So he himself is also on probation because he got himself into a very silly situation. I personally don't agree with the legal situation he is in. I think they really took advantage of him, but that's also the mom in me. There's nothing I wouldn't do to protect that guy. So we're super open with him and super honest, and we discuss things in great detail with him, and we are very blunt and open and honest with him because he really needs that. And he is old enough to understand certain things where, say, Bella at 8 years old isn't. So, with Anthony, we'll tell him like, bro, you're fucking up. You're on the same path that we were on. Like, you need to get it together, and you need to get it together soon. And I will more coddle him, because that's just what I do. And Jared gets upset with me, and he's like, no, let him figure it out. And I'm like, no, we're gonna save him on this one, because I don't want him to go to prison. I don't want him to go down the same paths that we went down. He's on misdemeanor probation, thank God, and we hope to keep it that way. And then as we go down the line, next up is 18. We are open with him as well, but not as open, we'll say. There are certain things we don't discuss in front of him because mentally he's not capable of processing it the same. Or on the flip coin, he's impressed by it and he thinks it's cool to do or whatnot. 18 is such a hard age. Like, it's truly such a hard age. So that's negative. And then next down, we go to 17. So she's mad. She says she's not mad anymore. She's just hurt. She's upset. But she was very mad for a very long time, and she has every right to feel that way. And I'm super proud of her for expressing her feelings. She didn't talk to me or Jared for a very long time, and now she's starting to. And a couple of months ago, weeks ago, I don't know, a while back, we'll say, a little while back, not a big while back, a little while back. She messaged me and she was like, you know, I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I don't hate my dad. I'm just hurt. You know, she has every right to feel that way. And, you know, we discussed a lot of things and I answered a lot of questions for her and she didn't understand a lot of things. And I think she has an easier time talking to me about these things than she does her dad because it's her dad, you know? And as women, we look up to our fathers at a very young age and she felt disappointed. You know, before I met Jared, he was involved in alcohol and cocaine. And she experienced that as a child growing up and she harbored those bad feelings, you know, and they finally started to talk it out and Jared has really started to listen. And I'm super proud of him for that because it's very hard to be told all your faults, especially by your babies, you know, it does something to you. It hurts you, like in your soul hurts you. You know, and then the two little ones, we have Wyatt and Bella, and they're still both, they're our babies, you know. We are very, very surfacey with them. We do not go into details. I let Bella speak her mind. She is super intelligent and super sensitive and she picks up on everything and she's an empath and you know she can just look at me like I see her sometimes she'll look at me like out of the corner of her eye and I'm like, this little girl, man, she's just way too intelligent. She picks up on everything. So, you know, I let her ask her questions and I'm super mindful how I answer them. Wyatt, he's gonna be 11 and he's very angry still. He doesn't really talk to us right now, and that's cool. That's on him. When the time is ready for him, we will always be there for all of them. You know, when the time is ready and they want to come and they want to be with us or they don't want to be with us or when they want to talk to us, they don't want to talk to us. You know, it changes as the wind blows. And I'm cool with that because I'm consistent and I'm always just right here. So, you know, things that we talk about what we did was wrong. I want the kids to know that the choices and the actions that Jared and I chose in our life, in our path, were wrong. You don't commit crimes, you don't sell drugs, you don't do drugs. Like these are things I want them to know that are not okay. Like these are not productive habits. And we have made our mistakes. But we also want them to know that just because you make a mistake in life doesn't mean life is over. You know, as human beings, we're resilient. We have the power to get up and continue on and learn. That's the thing. Like for all my mistakes that I've made in life, I've genuinely learned from them. And I feel like that's the most important part. If you don't learn, then what was it all for? You know, and I've learned, ooh, baby, have I learned. You know, and I tell Anthony, Isaiah, and Gabrielle, like, prison is no joke. It's not a place for anybody. It's not fun. It's not someplace you want to be. Like, with them, the three older ones, like, I'm really open. Maybe I'm too open, but I don't think so. You know, sadly, addiction runs for all of our children. It runs on both sides of their parents' families. And they need to know these things. Like, they need to know that, unfortunately, they can't be like every other kids and just pick up a recreational drug and try it out, because the possibility of them becoming addicted because of the substance use disorder on both sides of their family genes is super, super high and a super big possibility. And I don't want to see any of my babies go through any of that. You know, do we tell them? We try very hard not to glorify any of it. We try to let them know really how bad it really was, how hard it was being separated from them and our families and our home lives, and the crazy things that we had to go through, and the terrible things that we did while we were high, and the the tumultuous relationship Jared and I had while we were in the height of our addiction. You know, Jared and I now have the type of relationship that I've wanted my entire life. He is 100% undoubtedly my absolute best friend in this entire world. He lets me rock as much as he can handle, and then he reels me in when I'm too much, when I'm not enough. He steps up for me. He loves me. He knows all my faults, all my crazy fuckery inside my head, you know, and he's still just a consistent, steady man in my life that is like just rock solid. Like, he's the foundation in my life, and I love him for it. Everything that I am today, I am because he has stood next to me and supported me and just been my foundation, and I love him for that, you know. But that does not negate the fact that during our active addiction, our relationship was shit. We lied to each other. He has had countless times of just not coming home, indiscretions, him physical, me emotional. You know, we weren't peaches to each other, to say the least. Our relationship during active addiction was really, oh Lord, codependent, drug partners, you know, selling partners, crime partners, like you name it. Like, it was bad, you know. And unfortunately, a lot of couples do not recover together, and we are beyond blessed because we have. Not only did we end up married, our relationship got stronger than it's ever been. I love that man with all my heart. You can't tell me nothing about my man. But, you know, our children saw the ups and downs in our relationship, and not that we've forgotten it, but we've moved past it because we don't live there anymore, where we are now. But for them, I guess it's harder for them to forget the things that they heard and saw and all that. You know, I will put this on the I for me. I could be real reckless with my mouth. Like, I can get really, really nasty. I know I can. I know I have said things to him that sometimes after they've left my mouth, I'm like, damn, like, I have no chill. And I feel bad. I do. But the same goes for him. Don't think he's the same, because he's not. He has said some shit to me that I'm like, ooh, that one will sting for the rest of my life. But this is what happens when you're in active addiction. You don't think before you speak, that's for sure. You say whatever you need to say to get your point across because your brain is not functioning properly. And our babies, unfortunately, whether we thought we were hiding it or not, let's face it, at the end of the day, we didn't. And they remember those things. So now I know for a fact for myself, and I'm pretty sure Jared would agree with me. I probably shouldn't answer for him. We'll do this at a different time with him. But, you know, I know for a fact that we're really open and honest with them because honesty is the best policy. Like, I know for me in my life now, I'm very adamant about, like, I do not lie. I do not lie. It literally goes against my grain as who I am as a human being. When I was in my active addiction, I lied all the time. I lied like I was breathing. Like, seriously. And now it is one of the things in my sobriety that I cherish. So, like, a couple weeks ago, Jared said something to me and I was like, I can't not say that. And he was like, why? I'm like, because it's lying and I'm not a good liar anymore. Like, I stutter, I stammer, I lose train of thought in the middle of what I'm trying to lie about. I don't remember it's just a bad situation. So I just do not lie because I suck at it. And I'm super proud of myself for being a bad liar. Like, that's an accomplishment for a person who was active in addiction to now. And I just can't do it, you know? And when we sit down with the kids or they say stuff, or, you know, when Anthony was going through a situation, and I tell them all the time, like, listen, please, I know people don't want to take advice from parents and stuff, but we're not your typical parents. Please, when I tell you you're better than this, you deserve better in life. I love you and I don't want you to go through what I went through. I believe in you and I know you deserve better in life than this, and I know you're capable of better than this in life, you know? And I hope my genuineness and my true undying love for all of them comes through when I tell them. And I hope they genuinely hear me, you know? Being incarcerated sucks, and losing everything that you've ever had in life, it puts you down to a whole nother level of bottom. And I don't want any of my babies to go through that, because Lord knows the amount of incarceration I've done in my life is enough for my entire family. And I genuinely hope that they have learned from my mistakes. And I hope they all know how much we love them all. You know, there's nothing I wouldn't do for any of them. They're our babies. So I hope this answered some questions, you know, on how to talk to your children and how we talk to our children. You know, be honest. Honesty is the best policy. I know it sounds cliche, but for real, honesty is the best policy. Go according to their age. Don't give them more than they can't handle. And be mindful of how you answer it. Don't glamorize it, because then they think it's cool. But by all means, be honest, honest, honest. Again, I would like to thank you all for joining me. Check out all my links down below in my description box. I have merch, I have a Patreon, and I have some other cool videos you guys might want to check out, and an Amazon wish list for the people I help. And stay safe, and I will see you all in a couple days. Bye.